as if I'm standing there. He's showing me trees with where the leaves are falling on the ground. And so this could be a vivid memory for you or a photograph you have that's an important memory. But he's showing me very clearly leaves, trees and leaves falling on the ground. So I don't know if that's a place where you live, that's, whatever, picture, someplace you visited, very vividly, these trees. And again, with the freaking tasting of smoke and fire. This may be, maybe you lived where there was a forest fire or something reminds me of your childhood back east. Okay. So you would have vivid memories of that. But I feel like, would you burn leaves in the yard? Like rake up the leaves and burn them and then like have big piles. And that's what he's showing me. Maybe he threw you in the big piles or something happened with the leaves and I can literally almost taste it in my mouth, the leaves burning. So let me know. And then he's saying, and I don't know if he's referring to himself or to you, but he's saying, I didn't only smoke cigarettes, winking. And he's winking. Nope on the raking the leaves or the burning. Okay, that's okay. And let me know about the other smoking he's mentioning. That's definitely me. I smoke every day because he's winking about it.
Of that.
Well, me. Okay, well, technically you're smoking leaves, I guess. But he said for some reason, he said this very loud to me and very clear. I could see it spelled out and hear it. Be brave, my son. Be brave, my son. So he may be referring to some event that's going on in your life that you have to have some courage over, something you may be a little anxious about. But his message is be brave, very big and loud, my son. Be brave, my son. So that's your dad's message to you. Let me know if that resonates. But he's saying there were definitely burning leaves. So if you remember the burning leaves, feel free to email me. Let me know. He said, wow. So I'm assuming you can take that message. And that's for you. And I will leave you with all his love. Feel free to email me or send a message somewhere, comment on one of my videos. If you ever remember the burning leaves, because he's like, he said, don't smoke all your brain cells away. And he's laughing. I'm a trans dwarf in Trump's USA, so bravery is required. Sending
Lots of love, right?
Sending you so much love. Wow, that's impactful. Mm-hmm. Well, I know that Kathy and I both are here to support you.
100%.
Send you love and send you love. And we're glad you're here. Thank you, Brady, for allowing me to share that message with you from your dad.
So, Nicole, when you have somebody, right, I'm new to YouTube. When you have somebody that is in green and has a question in green with an S, is that a subscriber for your channel?
That's somebody who's a member of my channel. So okay. Subscribers are free.
Okay.
Members pay a couple bucks a month.
Okay. So Joanne has a question for you or wants
I don't. Oh, Joanne. Hi, Nick. If you have a chance, I'd love if you'd share a reading message from my guides regarding what I should do and focus on for the next month. Thank you. I wear the red because I get more views with the red. Isn't that bizarre? I mean, I guess it's not really. Yes. All right. Message from my guides, what I should do for the next month. Okay. let me turn my page here. For those of you who don't know, I write in my notebook when I do my readings. Helps me visualize. A message from my guides. This is Joanne. Hi, Joanne. I'm glad you're here. I'm hearing screaming. Slow down. The pause is the shift. Slow down. The pause is the shift. When you take a break, the answers will reveal themselves, and they are coming in hot. So I don't know if you talk to your guys, but they're like giving me lessons. Slow down. The pause is the shift. When you take a break, the answer will be revealed. So whatever you're trying to accomplish, take a step back. Take a step back, do something different. When I get all caught up in my head about everything, when I can calm down enough to think, I'm like, I need to go take a walk, or I live by Disney World. Don't judge me. I'll go walk around Animal Kingdom because there's trees and there's animals and there's a safari, and just to get out of my head and take a break from reality. And then the next day it's like everything comes clear. Do you have that experience, Kathy?
Oh yeah. I even played those, Wordle games and those New York chime games in the morning. And if I step away and then I come back and I'm like, oh, there's the answer.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to step away. So I hope that helps, Joanne. Let me know if that makes sense for what you're going through. I do talk to them, but my ADHD is probably making me sound like a lunatic. Slow down. You are welcome. Sending you so much love.
Okay, so you also have quite a few greens here. So yes. Dawn, Correa, Mangled Unicorn.
Oh, okay.
And Gina T. So Dawn says, could I hear from my dad?
Okay, and you have some questions from your Facebook also.
Okay. I know I didn't realize
I forgot to connect my Facebook tonight. So
okay, Carla says, aloha from Hawaii. I'm wondering what my dad has to say. So,
and then I'll go to Dawn after that.
In an effort to keep this short and quick and to get through all the readings, I have my Talking to Heaven cards. It's James Van Prague Mediumship Talking to Heaven cards. So Carla, I'll pull a quick card for you. And I'm just going to, when spirit guides me to stop, that's when I'm going to stop. When a card falls out, like right now, that's going to be your message, okay? So I want you to pay attention. This card fell out for you, and it says, I'm just a thought away. And I want you to pay attention to the photograph on the card, because it's a young girl sitting on a pier overlooking the water. Look at the clouds reflecting in the water with a dog. So your dad is giving you the message that I am just a thought away. So when you need him the most, and I love that you're from Hawaii, and this is on the water. When you need him the most, he is just a thought away. So know that he's always with you. And when you want to connect, go by the water. Okay. So you were going to go to Dawn?
Yeah, I muted myself because that's how I roll.
Girl, it's Friday night. It's been a long week.
The news has been great. Yeah. We're all doing great.
Yeah.
Everybody, you're doing great. You're doing better than you think you are. We're all here together, building this community, raising the vibration, helping each other heal. Kathy impromptu joined and is helping doing readings. Like, I'm so grateful. So we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Okay. So Dawn's dad, Dawn. All right. When I was focusing, again, there's a lot of people on here. When I wrote Dawn and then dad, I kept hearing soldier. So I don't know if you have a military or police or fireman connection in your family, but I heard that word. Let me know if that makes sense to you. And then I'll just wait for the comments. I just feel whoever this is standing very, I want to say at attention, I guess. Okay. No military. So would your dad have been very, neat? I don't even know how to say this. Had good posture, let's say. Stood with good posture. Your grandfather. Okay. So they would know each other in spirit, whether this was on your mom or your dad's side. Okay. So this is probably your grandfather. And he's talking about, he's giving me a quote from Star Wars. Don't judge me. I'm a Star Wars nerd. And he's saying, Obi-Wan Kenobi said this to Anakin. If you know, you know. He goes, "We are at war, Anakin." And then he's like doing this whole scene about how, and I think this is symbolic or metaphorical for the, maybe the relationship of how we can be so focused in on something when we need to zoom out and look at the bigger picture and see how things and parts are moving, and it's more than just one little thing. Look at the broader picture. That might sound completely crazy, but that is the right. Mangled gets it. I think what they're trying to tell me, the message is, look at the bigger picture. Whatever you're going through right now, you have to pull out and look at, okay, this is the reason for this, and this is the reason for this. And there's a bigger picture, and then they're showing me like puzzle pieces. So that might sound insane and like it doesn't make any sense to anybody else. But if that makes sense to you, Dawn, let me know. And I haven't seen any new comments load, so I'm not sure if she's
I
still
haven't
here.
seen any new ones load either, but Mangled
But
Unicorn.
we're here.
Mangled Unicorn is your next green one. So.
Oh, she's commenting about Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
What's the Star Wars go? It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. Dawn, let that ruminate for a little while. Think about that. Rosie, we saw some hearts, Rosie. Rosie said, could you pull a card?
Sure. But we got to go back because Gina is part of your...
Gina. Did I miss it?
She wants to connect with her dog, Otis.
Oh, I got to go back. Oh, is that way back? Okay. Otis, he died unexpectedly. Yeah. Gina, did Otis eat a sock or eat something? As soon as Kathy said Otis, I saw a dog like eating something he wasn't supposed to eat. And I see like a foot or a sock and a foot and a sock or something. There are a whole bunch of comments just loaded.
I know, just saw that. Yeah.
No, my current dog used to eat socks. Okay. So that's Otis saying, I know the dog was eating the socks. That's funny. That's a weird thing to see, right? And I don't know. This is so funny. He's showing me, he thought he was famous. And did you watch shows like vet shows like Dr. Pol or the Mountain Vet, or, you know, those vet shows where he's showing me, I don't know if you thought the dog thought he was more special than the other dogs or something, but now he's showing me like all these vet shows like Dr. Pol and that guy in the Utah or wherever he is. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. His parents were show dogs. Okay. All right. And then I see something about his heart. Like his heart just suddenly stopped. Something happened to his heart, like fluid around the heart, something with the heart. Let me know. So Otis knew he was special and very pretty and famous in his own mind. And maybe he really was. I don't know. But just, I'll leave you with Otis's love. Thank you so much, Gina. And let me know if you understand the heart connection.
So we have Leanne Murtha from YouTube, and she said, "My dad or niece, please." So I'm just going to do a quick card pull right? Just because we're limited on time. And again, these are my Talking to Heaven, James von Prague mediumship cards. So I'm going to focus in on you, Leanne, and I'm going to ask for your dad or your niece, okay? Ooh, jeez. I love this because you asked for two people, like 2 cards fell out. Okay. So, one, they need you to know it was my time to go. Again, look at those footprints in the sand right there. Okay. So please release any guilt, any feelings like you could have done something differently. It was divine timing, right? And also I want you to pay attention to those footsteps, those footprints in the sand. There is a special meaning there. And then the next card you need to know is, my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold onto any guilt. Now, I love the birds in here because for you, birds are a symbol and a sign from your loved ones, okay? So for you, Leanne, your dad and your niece are both coming through. I love that. Both these cards fell out. And they're just letting you know that they're okay. They're at peace. I want you to pay attention to the birds and those footprints in the sand, okay? Then we had.
I'm going to go to Aunt B.
Okay. Yeah.
Aunt B, let me know if you're still here. And then Michael Leonhardt. There's a bunch of new people. Thank you, guys. If you're new, welcome. You can follow Peaceful Nick and Messages from Spirit, Kathy Behrens. Follow both of our YouTube channels, and Kathy's Facebook, I think, is on here as well. We really, really appreciate all the subscribers. It helps us. Oh
my gosh, look at all these new.
I know. It's Friday night.
Aunt B says, yes, I'm here. She's okay. Here.
Thank you, Aunt B. I see, for some reason, I get cornbread a lot. I don't know why. But this cornbread looks different because, and you let me know if your Mimi made this or if this is your special dish or something. Like I see it in the little cast iron cornbread, the little corn, I don't know what it's called. You pour it in and it comes out and looks like a piece of corn. Hey, everybody, new people who just joined, please be patient while we're reading because it's really hard for us to keep up, okay, with the reading. So please be patient and be kind while we do the reading because I'm waiting for a specific comment. Please be patient.
And I do see you, Lori. You're next on my list. Well, shoot, if you can't be patient, I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to get it right now.
All right, exactly. So Aunt B, and then, yep, she made me my own cornbread dressing because I was picky. Yay, yes, awesome. All right, so She also talks about someone had a child loss, either late in pregnancy or young child passed, before they got to live their life. Please let me know if you understand that. It could be her or you. And she's saying now what she's saying is metaphorical. Some mediums will say, I'm holding the spirit of your lost child. But spirits aren't really children, right? They're souls, right? They're all fully developed. They're at different stages, but they're not like we think of a baby and an adult. So let me know if you understand child loss for you or her. And just know that that soul of whoever's child that is with her. And I will wait for your. Rosie said she's not in a hurry. We appreciate everyone who's here. We appreciate you stopping in very much. Just keep it kind. And so just, okay. So someone in your orbit, she's with this child. So it could be maybe her sister's child or maybe you don't know that she lost a child or a pregnancy. Because she's insistent, and now she's yelling at me. She's insistent about this other person being with her. So just so you know. And you may hear in a week, 2 weeks, at Christmas, Thanksgiving, you may hear this family story later that you may not be aware of or hear someone talk about it. So just know that your she's showing me she's throwing a shoe. So I don't know if she was like a tough grandma where she was a strict disciplinarian, but she was so full of love. Like you can be strict and full of love at the same time, but I feel like she had a lot of responsibilities. And she's making my chest hurt really, really bad. So I don't know if she had a heart or lung issue, something in the chest. Let me know if any of that makes sense. About the other information. And I will leave you with her love. And I love that the first thing that she came through with was the cornbread, and she made her own dressing, because that's pretty cool. That's her saying, I'm here with you. And Aunt B, feel free to email me or comment on any of my videos if you find out about somebody losing a child. Because she was very insistent on it. And when they keep sending it back, that means they mean it. Right, Kathy? Kathy knows.
Yeah. So I went back and we have Lori, Rosie, and Dee Dee. And then you have Carol, who is one of your
ladies.
Yes.
One of my members.
How about I just go through Lori, Rosie, and Dee Dee, pull quick cards, and then you go to Carol. That way we can get through. So I am going to go to Lori. She wanted to connect with her sister. So again, just because we have a limited amount of time, I'm going to pull these cards. Now, if you want a full reading, you can book readings on either one of our websites, which you can find anywhere. In fact, it's in my little, right, KathyBehrens.com, peacefulmedium.com. You want a full reading with a full connection, you can book those on our website. But I'm going to pull a card now for Lori Moore, for your sister. And I am assuming she is in spirit. And actually, I know she's in spirit because she is she's itching for these cards. So I know she must have loved gambling or playing cards because she wants to shuffle these cards. Okay. So, look at that. So the card that fell out for you, Lori, for your sister is, I will always point you in the right direction. So look at the fork in the road and look at the beautiful field, and also look at the compass. Everything has a specific meaning and a special meaning. So if you're going through something right now, she's going to point you in the right direction. If you're stuck, you're hitting a fork in the road, she's pointing you in the right direction. She would be somebody that would always be a guide for you or guiding you, or you would go to for advice. She's just reminding you that she's still that soul. Okay. So also, there's something with the number on here. I feel like I'm drawn to a number on here. Hold on. I got to get my glasses.
No problem.
So this is pointing to, like, if this were a clock, it would be pointing to almost 6 o'clock. So there's a feeling like 6 o'clock or the number 6 is very also significant. So just let me know if that resonates with you. Okay. So that's for you, Lori. Know that your sister will always point you in the right direction. Okay, Rosie. Now, I have given Rosie readings before. I know she has a beautiful nephew in spirit. So I'm going to pull a card. And we're going to ask her beautiful nephew to give his aunt some direction or some guidance or a symbol or sign. Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. Okay, Rosie, he has 2 cards for you. I love that when that happens. First card that he wanted me to pull is Now I Have No Pain. So he's letting you know he's in no pain, okay? In this physical world, when we transition, we release any of that physicalness, and that includes pain and this physical body. Very interesting. Yellow is a significant color for him. Not necessarily flowers. He's making feel not flowers, but yellow. So I know that yellow is significant when you think of him, or signs from him, yellow is significant. And I also love this. He's telling you, as a soul, I can be several places at once. So I know family must be scattered everywhere. So he's just wanting to let you know that he can be with all of you at the same time. Okay. Also pay attention, right? Now, he may not have been a fan of unicorns, but this represents like fantasy and playfulness. And he's just letting you know that he is this free spirit. Okay. Look for them as signs from him as well as the color yellow. So for you, Rosie, your nephew is letting you know he can be with you wherever, right? Wherever you are. Yellow is a significant color. Okay. And then Dee Dee wanted to connect with her daughter. Okay. So as I'm connecting with Dee Dee and her daughter, I know that this was a sudden or tragic transition. And the card I just pulled is I see all of your thoughts. She's wanting you to know that she's so connected. And I love this card, and I love how it shows that consciousness never dies. This consciousness is with you forever, meaning she is with you. She sees your thoughts. She feels your thoughts. I don't know if something happened with her chest or her breathing, but I'm just feeling like this in my chest. It's really important that you know that she hears you, she feels you, she sees you, and you're so very connected. Pay attention to the stars. She says, pay attention to the stars, Mom. So I hope those messages resonate with you. They're brief messages, but they're messages from your loved ones.
Absolutely beautiful. I love it. Thank you, everyone, for patience. Not Carmen. Aunt B said this was back to my other reading. She protected me from being disciplined when I saw the shoe. She had back cancer with fluid in her lungs. and she's trying to move back into her house that she left her. So good luck with that move, Aunt B. And I'm going to go to Carol. Carol, let me know if you're here. And I don't know if you're here, let me know, but I keep hearing McMurdo Base. So I don't know if your son's at McMurdo Base. I am familiar with Antarctica, the base there. That's where I got my first set of rocks for my astrobiology work. I have them in the closet if anybody wants to see my rocks from Antarctica. It's one of the happiest moments of my life because I'm a nerd. Yes, Carol's there. Okay, so let me know if he's at McMurdo or at another base because I keep hearing McMurdo. And I will pull some cards for your grandson. Son, is it son or grandson? I can't remember what you said. And my ear is ringing now. And he sure is at the base. Okay, perfect. See, I have a nerdy database. Oh, look, Carol, no problem. No problem. It's the card. You're not meant to struggle and fight your way through. So this is for him. Drop the concerns and watch imaginary walls crumble away. You've already won. So if he's down there at the base, he's already won. So he may be worried. He may be having some imposter syndrome, like he's not good enough to be there. But they don't just let anybody go there, right? It's a big deal to get to go there. And you have to have the training and experience. So when you talk to him, let him know he is qualified to be there and he deserves to be there. So he may not, sometimes men don't express their vulnerable side. He's a meteorologist. Okay. Sometimes they don't express their vulnerable side and say, hey, mom, especially to mom, right? A grown man, I'm feeling pretty much like I don't deserve it. He may not say that to you, but he may be feeling that. So let him know he deserves to be there. They don't just send, oh, he was very nervous. Okay. They don't just send anybody to those special places. Like, it's a really big deal that he's there. And, I have some colleagues that have gone there. That's why I got rocks from there, which is super cool. So let him know he's doing great and he deserves it. And it's wonderful that he's there. And I'm so happy to know that he's there. That's awesome. And I have your bracelet on. Carol sent me this bracelet and it's the color of marble.
Cool. I love it.
Annie said, sister had mom's kitchen remodeled recently. 2 of mom's Pyrex casseroles shattered. No, there's no Pyrex doesn't shatter.
Mm-hmm.
What have you done to my kitchen? It's not what have you done. You're welcome, Carol. They never worry about material things. Sometimes they bring their energy. First of all, Pyrex shouldn't shatter. You could go from the freezer to the oven with Pyrex and it should be fine. So that's right, Kathy, you agree with that, right? Pyrex is like you could throw it across the room and it wouldn't shatter. My opinion is if both of them shattered that quickly, it's not a bad omen for the kitchen. It's just they're like too much energy came through to say, I'm so happy that you're happy that you did this to the kitchen, right? So it's not anything negative. Sometimes they just come in a little too forceful. and things happen like that. Kathy, I'm sure nothing strange has ever happened in your house.
Never.
They said they've had a Pyrex shatter in the oven.
Oh.
How hot was the oven?
Mm-hmm. So can I read you this
of course.
From Brittany? Brittany's a member of our Spirit Exchange, and she said, hi, ladies. I actually meant to share this on the Spirit Exchange last night. I recently had a cousin pass away. The night before her funeral, I woke up in the middle of the night and was looking at my son's monitor just like every other night. But this time was different because I could see her face in the shadows and the folds of my son's blanket.
Wow.
I blinked and stared at it for so long, trying to see if I was imagining it, but I wasn't. Then it morphed into my grandfather's face, who she said lived for, but I wonder if she meant who she lived with. So, yes, right? 100%.
Yes.
Don't doubt those signs and those symbols, especially if you're open-minded and you have that awareness, because it's a sign, symbol that your loved ones are there. And I love that. I love that. And I want to say thank you to Brittany for sharing that.
And Brittany, I'll just tell a little personal story, and I agree completely with Kathy. My mom passed away in 1986 when I was a teenager. It was obviously not great, right? And I used to see people like, because I moved to San Francisco, there's like people everywhere. I would see a lady walking down the street and it was like she had my mom's face on her face. Or I'd see someone on TV and she would have like, I don't know, like a hologram almost. And, you know, I was 15, so I didn't even know mediumship existed, right? Like, or any of this kind of stuff. But I can confirm your blanket story because that stuff happened to me for years. And occasionally, I'll get a client that comes on. I have one client, and it's so weird because our moms have the same exact story and history and passed away around the same time. But my client looks identical to my mother. And it's so kind of disarming when like that person pops on. But she's not, it's more spirit showing me those features, right? So I love that. I love it. I love it. Marlena, if you're still here, let me know. I'm going to pull some Marlena, I'm going to pull you some cards, honey. And then Debbie.
Joanne G also had Kathy and Nick. I'd love to hear from my daughter. And I just, while you were talking, this card fell out. If I could just quickly give this to you, Joanne. She says, I am with the rest of the family, but I want you to pay attention because I feel as though she's trying to tell you she's with her children, because there's children in this picture, and she's showing a sunset. So this doesn't necessarily have to mean she's with only family in spirit, but she's also with family here in the physical world, because there's this connection to earth and the ground. And then the woman here is also pointing to the sky, and there's children in the picture. So I just want you to know she is with the rest of the family. So she's with family in spirit, and she's with family here in the physical world. And I want you to rest assured that she is with you, especially on the beach and at sunset. Look at that amazing sunset. When you see those vibrant colors, know that that's her way of hugging you and giving you a hello from heaven.
Okay. I love that. I love those cards. I've got to order some. So Marlena, I have 3 cards that popped out for you pretty quickly if you watched me shuffling. The first one is communication. So it makes me feel like you need to have a more effective communication with somebody. Somebody somewhere is not, hi, Aunt Jen. Everybody follow Aunt Jen 888. She's the best. Put your thing in the chat and I'll put it on the screen. She's trying to get to 50 so we can go live together. She's amazing. Wonderful healer, trained at the Chopra Center, you know, Deepak Chopra, the Deepak Chopra. That's who she was trained by. So follow her so we can go live together. So Marlena, communication with somebody may need some more clarity. And then the friendship card came up. So this communication issue may be with a friend. Maybe somebody's meddling and saying things they're not supposed to, or trying to draw you into something, some kind of conflict or struggle. And then light dispels darkness. So this tells a story that you may be struggling with somebody. And if you keep your shining your light and showing your love, it'll work out. But you have to stick to your ethics and your morals and not let somebody cross your boundaries. Hi, Yvette. Oh, she went over to your page. I love it. That is so awesome. Let me know, Marlena, if that makes sense to you. And follow Aunt Jen 888. She's been, I'll just tell you, she's the one that tried to get me to meditate for 30 years. Let's just start with that. It only took me 25 to do it. So watch her videos. She's incredible. And then let's see, what else do we have?
I went back. I don't know if Melody is still here. And I love Deshante, because he said, what the helly? So Melody, if you're still here, and Deshante, if you're still here.
Okay,
I'm
awesome.
going to pull a card for you, Deshante. What the helly?
And I'll go to Debbie Trapp after that. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So Melody, if you are here, please type in the chat. I'll pull a card for you if you want to connect with somebody in spirit. Also, Deshante, what the helly? This card just fell out. Joanne said, I love this so much. Today's my grandma's first birthday without his grandson's first birthday without his mom. Oh, I'd love to know she is with us as well as our family who's passed over. I love that for you, right? She knew exactly what card you needed to see. So that's awesome. Melody, if you're here, and Deshante, if you're still here. I'll pull a card if you just let me know in the chat who you want a card from, who you want to hear from. Then we had LR Mom. LR Mom, are you still here? LR Mom said, I would love to hear from my LR would love to hear from her mom. Any of you here? And look, LR is here. You would like to hear from your mom. So let's go ahead. Melody didn't answer and Deshante didn't answer, but LR answered and she would like to hear from her mom. So we're going to pull a card for her mom. Ooh. All right. This is very interesting. I had like 3 cards slip out, and we had 3 people in line. So your mom planned this. All right. So the first message from your mom, LR, is, I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. Okay. So I want you to particularly pay attention to, right? It's a heart, it's a tree. But for me, the color red really stands out. So look for things that are red as a symbol and sign from your mom. I know there's the typical cardinals, the hearts, the roses, but look beyond that because I feel like there's more meaning because that red is so vibrant. I don't know if she had red hair, if you had red hair, I don't know. Red is symbolic. She's letting you know, I wish I had told you more often how much I love you. The next card, love this too. There is no time where I am. Time is only on earth. Right? So no matter how long she's been gone in the spirit world, no matter how long you've been apart physically, it doesn't matter because you'll reconnect in spirit. And look at those beautiful colors. Look at those beautiful colors. I feel like your mom is sending symbols in beautiful colors. So rainbows, red. Pay attention to, was she very artistic? I don't know. I'm just getting like a vibe with her, like, or very eclectic. There's just that vibe with her. And then lastly, right, this kind of ties it all together. Life is a series of choices. She wants you to choose love. And here I do feel that the heart symbols are very much connecting it all together for you. So life is a series of choices. Choose love when you're in a difficult situation. She would like you to look within your heart and choose love. Okay. She was very creative and so smart. So I love these cards for you. Very colorful personality as well. So she's just sending you lots of love. And I love that she wanted me. It's like she knew those two other people were going to be here. So she's like, she gets all those cards. So love that. Oh, you're muted, Nick.
I keep muting myself. When I type, it makes a noise, so I mute myself. I said, what the helly? Where'd they go?
Yeah.
Hi, Julie. Debbie, are you still here? You asked for a card for hubby Dave. I have the cards, but I also have something else I wanted to ask you. Let me know. And Kathy, I don't know how much time you have. I'm here for the duration for now while my voice lasts. Okay, Debbie's here. Debbie, I'm going to pull cards, but I want to ask because as soon as I read that comment, a big giant dog, well, big giant dog to me came into my awareness. So did you and your husband, or did your husband have a big dog? Like, it's almost like, oh, like a lot of energy coming at me from this dog. So let me know if you understand the dog. Could be a dog you have now, a dog you had, but I am feeling this energy. This is all Kathy's fault, by the way, because she's an animal communicator, and the more time I spend with her, and then my son got a dog, and that dog comes over, and so all this dog energy is coming at me. Oh, and I'm inheriting a cat, a black cat.
Oh.
My first cat in my life was a black cat. Mandy was my cat's name, after the Barry Manilow song, obviously. And, and my son, with the new baby, the cat is not working out with the new baby. So we're bringing their black cat home with us in a couple of weeks. So I'm just like psyched that I'm going to have another black cat. I'm very excited. She was a rescue. She's an older cat, and she's got a crooked tail.
Aww. And
she's so sweet. She's so sweet, and she squeaks. She doesn't have a meow. She has like a smoker's voice for a cat. It's funny. So, but she's a sweet girl. Debbie had German Shepherds. Oh, like someone else I know. No wonder, because Kathy's here. And then my grand dogger, who I call, is a German Shepherd. So that's hilarious. All right. So the dog is coming in hot. It's coming in hot. And so I'll pull you some cards from Dave.
Aww.
And the dog is very, I don't know. I feel like the dog is in my face. So if you have, yes, Carol, yeah, I'm excited. I just feel like one of the dogs was like in your face. Like the dog is like relentless. So maybe these aren't the right. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is hilarious. This card. You're going to love this first card. We talked about it several times. That one popped up. All right. Oh, love, 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 love. First one, meditation. What do we talk about? Oh, yes, with a long toy. Yeah. Yeah, because the dog's like, we're a Kong. Yeah. He's like in my face. I love it. So meditation. So this is your sign. If you're not already meditating, start a meditation practice. Again, I have my meditation for non-meditators playlist. If that doesn't resonate with you, that's perfectly fine with me. Find something else that does. But this is your sign from Dave. Meditate. Slow down those thoughts. Slow down that train of thoughts. Hope. Hope is next. Hope is a beam of light in the darkness. And strength. So you have more strength than you know. Hope is, for the future, everything is going to be okay. And you have the strength to make sure everything is okay. So this is telling a story. If you're not already meditating, when you start meditating, you will see the hope for the future and you have the strength to get through it. And so that's your message from your husband, Dave. And I appreciate you being patient. Everybody else who's just sticking around and enjoying this Friday night. And Kathy for popping on unexpectedly, because I was like, I have 800 comments. That's too many. I don't know what to do. Overwhelming. So I'll leave you with his love. Debbie.
So is Gary for Grace still here? Because they had a question. Any message from my spirit guides? Gary for Grace, are you still here? Any message from my spirit guides? And then Kelly had a question. Where is it? Kelly said, we moved into my late grandparents' home 3 years ago. Did we answer this?
I was reading other comments. Okay. I didn't hear what you said.
So Kelly says, we moved into my late grandparents' home 3 years ago, and my husband wants to know if they are okay with the renovations. Grandpa was a carpenter and construction man.
No, I didn't answer that.
Okay.
And that's that's somebody from your Facebook.
Okay. So if Kelly's here, we'll answer. Oh shoot, I gotta plug my computer in. If Kelly's here, I'll answer that. And Gary.
Kelly Glazer.
Yep, and
she said no to something, but I'm not sure what you asked her. And Gary for Grace is here.
Okay. Okay, she's here. Okay, so let me take Gary for Grace, because I asked that question first. That was a question about the spirit guide, right? Any message for me from my spirit guide? So I'm going to not use my mediumship cards, and I'm going to pull out my.
And by the way, while you do that, Carol said, best Friday night I've had in a long time with both you ladies. Told you, girl. Told you. I've been, Kathy, we got to go live more. People are asking for you. And look at what Spirit did, Kathy. Look what Spirit.
Right? See, sometimes the best things happen unplanned.
Absolutely. Agree 100%.
Okay, so, Gary, message from your spirit guide. I'm tuning in, and I'm using, actually, because I love animals, I'm using my Spirit Animal Oracle deck to, wow. 2 things fell out for you, Gary for Grace, as I was shuffling. Now, these are oracle cards. And I want to let you know that the first card I pulled, or that fell out for you, is the hummingbird and lightness, okay? And I'm going to tell you what it says, but then I'm going to translate it for you. It says, it is time for you to pursue your dreams with determination. By doing this, you will make them a reality. Joy is just around the corner. But you have to believe it's possible. This is the key message for you. You have to believe that anything is possible. Your guides want you to follow your intuition and know that anything is possible. Now, be easy on yourself as well, because the next card that came out is, and I should show you, it's the hummingbird. The next card that came out, which coincides perfectly with that, is the coyote, and it is playfulness, right? So this is a reminder not to take things too seriously and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. So your guides are telling you, pursue your dreams with determination. But also, it's a reminder that we need balance. You also need lightness in your life, and you need playfulness. Seriousness doesn't always work for us, right? We need a balance. So your guides are reminding you that everything will be okay, everything in moderation, everything in balance, okay? Also, I want you to note that the first card I pulled was this hummingbird card. Pay attention to hummingbirds as a symbol and sign for you from your guides, your higher self, and your intuition, right? Okay, and then we had Kelly. She had a question. We moved into my late grandparents' home 3 years ago. My husband wants to know if they're okay with the renovations because Grandpa is a carpenter. Okay. Well, right away, I don't even have to pull a card, right? When I hear that question and I connect, so right away, as long as the measurements are perfect, you're okay. So I know like he would have been very precise on the measurements. And in old homes, things are kind of, and he would make it work. So as long as you were precise on your measurements and make it work, make it fit, he's okay. Also, he's very, I know that he's a carpenter and very good with his hands, but not good at decorating. So he like hands that over, right? It's very good. What do you call it? Like right when the right brain is one and the left brain is one. So he's very good at the mathematics and the measuring and all of that, and the doing that. But if it came to decorating, he's leaving it up to you. No clue. So he's very happy with the renovations that you've done. Also because it improves value, and he makes me feel like value is very important. Value on the dollar is very important. So I hope that helps you.
That's awesome. I got an email from someone, Jax, who said, I'm going to pull cards from Mandy in a second, who said, I need to have moderators. Now, I understand that. I don't know how to put them on. That's the problem. I'm on StreamYard, so I don't know how to make a moderator on StreamYard for YouTube. So I promise I'm going to figure it out by next Friday.
Do they know how to do it?
Through StreamYard, it's different, I think, because I don't really know. If anybody knows how to do it through StreamYard, type it in the chat. I would be happy to do it because, I'm a Gen X. I don't know all these in and outs like all these young kids. I'm learning. I'm good at mediumship. I'm good at card pulls. I'm good at advice. I'm learning YouTube. So, all right. I am going to pull cards for Miss Mandy. I'm just so grateful for her for giving me my book. I know I've said it 1,000 times, but this book changed my life. And she gave me this book in 2014 when I needed it. And it's propelled my spiritual journey tremendously and just made everything about my life better. So, I think I'm going to pull Mystic Forest for Mandy. Mandy is needing a message today. And we are going to pull. I'm going to shuffle. I hope that's not too loud. And let's see. This is the Mystic Forest Oracle cards. 3 cards for Mandy, please. What does Mandy need to hear? Well, that was unequivocal. Girl. Number 1, stay true. Stay true. I'm going to cry. Mandy's my niece. We're very, very close. Okay. We're very close in our family. And it says, the need for validation from others is an illusion. You are not responsible for how others perceive you, but it is your responsibility to stay true to yourself. And if I literally had this conversation with her 3 days ago, almost those exact same words. And so If this doesn't confirm that spirit is watching over you, I don't know what else will, because I'm getting choked up. The next one is rejuvenate yourself. Look how pretty that picture is. She's looking up into the light. Oh, she said that struck my heartstrings. Holly said, I feel Scott is sending Mandy love. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It says, know your limits and allow them to guide you. Limitations can teach you to take better care of yourself. You have full permission to rest and to say no. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Another thing we talked about, like, I think spirit did this on purpose for sure. And then no pressure, right? You put yourself under a lot of pressure. And if anybody can take any of these messages, take them. That's the beauty of these live streams. If you hear a message that resonates, take the message. No pressure. When you want more, don't push yourself or others to get more. Give more of your pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. But with boundaries, right? This card isn't saying give freely of yourself till you pass out and you can't give anymore. This is when you have rejuvenated yourself, when you have the energy to give, then it's okay to give. So stay true to yourself, rejuvenate yourself, and there's no pressure to do anything anybody expects of you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And thank you for being here and joining us. And yes, your loved ones in spirit, because I know you have a few very important people in spirit, are helping guide this, and they're there for you. Thank you for being here. All right, what do you have on tap, Miss Kathy?
Carrie, if Carrie is still here, she asked for a message from her aunt or her brother. And then Julie's on our lives all the time because we say her last name. We're like, word, word. So she just wanted a message. So if you could elaborate on what kind of a message you're looking for. So Carrie, aunt or brother, if you're still here, and Julie, if you're still here, let me know what kind of message. Carrie, okay. So Carrie, you would like a message from your aunt or your brother. So let's see what comes through. Oh, look at that. Oh, I love that. Let me get one more because you wanted two. So let me get one more. That one popped out fairly quickly, Carrie. Oh, and that. Oh. Okay. So you asked for aunt or brother, so I'm going to read these in the order which they fell out. So the first card that fell out for you is It Is Beautiful Where I Am. So I'm going to assign this card to your aunt, and she's showing this beautiful, picturesque scene. Now, this could be her personality, right? Loving the outdoors, loving the water, loving the mountains, loving the beautiful sun and sky. So she needs you to know it is beautiful where I am. Not to say that it's not beautiful where your brother is, but this one really sticks out to me as connected to your aunt, okay? For your brother, this popped out, and it says, my death was painless. Please don't worry or hold on to any guilt. Again, I want you to understand that when we transition, our body may go through physical pain, but our soul does not, right? Our soul has left that physical body and does not feel physical pain. Pay attention. There's a very significant, we had this card before, and I felt the significance with the birds. But I actually, for your brother, feel the significance with the hands. So I don't know if you have handprints of his or molds of his hands, but he's just making me feel like his hands are very symbolic. So I hope you understand these messages from your aunt and your brother, that it is beautiful in the spirit world and that their deaths were painless and there's no reason to hold on to any guilt. And that can even mean like survivor's guilt, right? So please know that when our loved ones transition, their souls are at peace. And these cards represent that for you, Carrie. Okay. And Julie said, did Julie answer?
Yeah, message from my mom.
Mom. Okay. Word. I'm sorry. We always say that, and I hope you don't.
No, I had to ask her before because I said it. Like when Janet Jackson comes on here, I call her Miss Jackson. I want to say the rest of that sentence, but I asked her if it was okay. Yeah.
All right. All right. Julie is mom, right? Julie was for her mom. Where'd she go? Okay. Message from my mom.
She said word exclamation point.
Wow. 2 cards fell out for you, and I love these. First thing she wants you to know, believe in yourself. You can do it. So she's showing that you can achieve anything you set your mind to. She would have been someone that supported you very much here in this physical world, and she's showing you, believe in yourself, you can do it. So know that she is still connected to you and pushing you, right? Pushing you beyond your limits, pushing you to go further. Stop restraining yourself. Stop holding yourself back. You can do it, okay? There's also this message here that I'm going to just give to you because, right, this card came out too. And she says, I am sorry. Please forgive me. So anything you're holding on to, please just let that go. Let it all go. Take a breath, breathe. Anything you're holding on to, it could be the smallest thing. It could be the biggest thing. She's just asking you, please forgive me. It could be the way that she left, the way she transitioned. It could be the timing of her transition didn't coincide with you, right? She's asking you to just forgive me, because when you forgive her, you let that go, right? You forgive yourself as well. And that's why she's saying, believe in yourself. You can do anything. So I hope you understand these 2 messages from your mom.
Yeah, you have some comments on there about that. Carrie said, on point, both enjoy the ocean and sunset. Brother was paralyzed from the waist down.
Oh.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. And Julie said, thank you.
Oh.
And then Jane had a question. Does my brother realize he was wrong? So anytime we transition and we go to spirit, first of all, in life, people know when they do wrong things, unless they're a psychopath or a sociopath, then they might not know. But people know when they are doing wrong. And especially when you transition, your life review, from my understanding of what I've experienced and talked about and all of these things. Oh, my husband's calling. I'll call him back. Is when we have our life review, we feel the pain we caused others or the joy we caused others. And so if he was wrong, he will feel the pain he caused you, and any pain, any ripple effects from anything he caused others that caused others pain. So yes, he realizes he was wrong. Hello, Ray True Colors. And I want to say, Mandy, we were talking about her friend Scott in spirit, and she said she just got his shirt from the diner and washed it and put it in her drawer. And Holly was saying that she feels like Scott was sending her love. So I love that. That's beautiful. You're welcome, Jane. And I don't know how much longer you can go, but I'm
like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
But I do have to take my German Shepherd for a walk. She's being very good and quiet. So, but I want to say that, Yvette, I didn't mean to skip you. I was going in line, so I want to answer your question because you said I was one of the first to ask, and I was totally skipped, and I was skipped last week. So I think my guides are trying to tell me to quit asking. So I'm really good. So, Yvette, are you still here? What's your question? I would love to answer that before we leave. And anyone that we missed or we didn't get to.
Yeah,
not
please be patient, Yvette. We definitely did not mean to slight you in any way. We just had an inundation, and because I don't know how to put moderators on StreamYard, I'm going to take responsibility for screwing that up. But thank God Kathy's here, or I would have never made it. I wouldn't have made it.
So if you are still here, Yvette, please type your question. I'd love to answer it for you, whether it be connecting with a loved one or a question for your guides. And then while I wait, if Ellen Bradwell is still here, I can quickly do a card pull for her son. If not...
And Julie Word said, love you. Also, we love you too.
Thank you. Thank you for all the support, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, I had book club from 6:30 to 7:30, and then I got on here at 8 and it's 10, and I'm like,
Ellen is here. Okay, so I'm gonna pull a card for you, Ellen, from your son in spirit. Okay, Ellen. Oh, there's Yvette. Okay, yes, we'll do that. We'll do that. All right. Ooh, okay, 2 cards for Ellen. These are from your son, Ellen. So, love these 2 cards. I'm going to give you the first one that came through, which we've already had tonight, but it's a message that you need to hear, and I will always point you in the right direction. It's symbolic because you were always trying to point him in the right direction, and now he's working for you to point you in the right direction. So he's wanting to show you this. Also, when things like there's a little bit of fog in here, and he's like, when things are foggy and unclear, he's really wanting you to ask and connect with him, and just listen and pay attention, because he's helping giving you the answers. Okay. The second card is he has no more earthly worries. His mind is clear, right? There's no more of that clutter or anything that's in his mind. He's clear. And he's showing me all these, right? This card is showing you all these sunflowers. So I want you to pay attention to those as they bring happiness and smiles. And there's this feeling like he may have even given you these sunflowers or drawn you these sunflowers. So pay attention in the next couple of days. If you don't recognize or resonate with these sunflowers now, there's a feeling that you will. But he needs you to know he has no more earthly worries. Okay. Thank you. And then Yvette says,
I have a message for Yvette. I'm getting at this late hour. Thank you, Mangled, for hanging out, honey. Yvette. Oh, Ellen said I planted sunflowers for the summer. Perfect. Beautiful validation, as always. All right, Yvette, your guides said you are okay. First and foremost, stop forcing the answer. So I don't know if you're like contemplating something or trying to get something to happen, but their message is you are okay. Stop forcing the answer. And now they're saying you have everything you need. You have a roof over your head. You have food in the fridge. You have a bed to sleep in. You have hot water to take a shower. You have soap. You have everything you need. Stop forcing the answer. Allow the flow. Allow the flow. So that's the message I was receiving intuitively from the guides. Let me know if that makes sense. I just want to thank Kathy again for the 82nd time for helping me, because I wasn't expecting such an inundation. And I just appreciate you being here. And Yvette, just let me know if that makes sense. And happy Friday, everybody. We will hopefully make it to Monday.
Wow. So that was really awesome. So thank you, everybody. Make sure you're following us on all the socials. support us, like, subscribe, Nicole's,
Yeah.
follow all of her good stuff.
And all of Kathy's stuff, because we're all going to, get through this together. Let's see. Bunches of comments are coming in. So I don't know if Yvette heard that message. Okay. So I'll be live Monday. I'm traveling this weekend, so I'll be live Monday for the meditation. Yes, subscribe, share. All the subscribes are free on both of our channels. Subscribe to Aunt Jen 888. Okay, Yvette, you're welcome. I hope that made sense. And thank you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Lead with love, but have boundaries. It's okay to have empathy and boundaries. I appreciate all of you. Good night. Give Sailor kisses. And thank you, everyone. Good night. Sylvia said, thank you both for my reading. It was wonderful. I need to hear from him in that way. It's been a while. You're both the best.
Wow.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Bye.